I don't have to meet somebody anywhere I don't want to meet them, because at the end of the day, if I don't receive whatever they're giving me, I don't have to. And there's nothing wrong with that.
It's good to do things in groups because they'll hold you accountable.
It's the same with these TikToks and stuff. The money's coming, but it's coming fast. And just as quick as it comes, they spend it. So it'd be interesting to see the world in 30 years.
The best way to do anything, see any kind of group, is you have to take some inventory every once in a while. One of the things I learned is relationships are like dig into them, because that's all we have. Like money don't matter, jobs don't matter. How much weight we lose sometimes don't matter. But this that we have right here with us matters so much.
Warriors, come out to play.
What's up, everyone? How you doing? Once again, it's Rebranders Podcast, and we are starting yet another week, or pretty much in the middle of another week, ready to spend our time with y'all. Thank y'all for joining us. I'm your host. My name is Anthony Goodson. I'm the host of Rebranders Podcast. Y'all be sure to go and share this page. Don't forget to share. Let's have fun tonight.
Share.
All right, we got a pretty good week ahead of us. Very similar to last week. Last week we did the first everything. First time you went on a date, the first time you went on a trip, the first time you did this, that, and the other. This time we're going to do the opposite. Being that it's the last week of Black History Month, we're going to talk about our last. And I'm going to let y'all just throw out whatever questions y'all have. Audience, we want y'all to kind of get in the mix and do the same thing. But anyway, before we start, in this last week of Black History Month, I want to say what's up to my co-host and the rest of the crew. What's up, Ace? How you doing?
What's going on, world? How y'all doing out there in TV land?
Podcast.
It's TV land. We bigger than the podcast.
Yeah.
Chico, what's happening?
Nothing much, brother.
she toasted it up like it was Slit Small Liquor Bull or something.
I didn't see that. Wishful thinking.
Well, there was a lot of stress behind that. You couldn't see nothing but the top of her head. It was extremely sophisticated. Helen, what's up?
Hey y'all, hey, not much. I am gonna share this, y'all, because I feel like more than me and Sheikah wear glasses. I just bought these little wings for the back of my glasses. If your glasses don't fit, they little silicone tips. I will show y'all, but then my thing is blurry. Y'all not gonna see it. But go get them. They on Amazon. They call it like eyeglass ear grips thing.
Fancy.
Very not helpful, not really relevant, but I did that today. Hey y'all, nice to be here.
Right, you know we want you to tell us, of course. Tell them how they can contact you in other ways.
Oh, right. Honestly, Helen on Instagram is my page. I have a podcast. You can listen to it on Google, Spotify, Apple, all the things. Thank you.
I don't know how to do. All right, so we got some comments coming in. Deborah Goodson says, "Hello, Rebranders family. We are looking forward to a great show tonight."
Well, hello to you too.
Hey.
Certainly hope to give it to you. What's up, Corey Jackson?
What's up, Corey? How you doing?
Hey,
Corey Rao Jackson. Hey, Corey, thank you for joining us every week. We really appreciate it. We appreciate the love. Corey, do us a favor. Also, go to YouTube and subscribe on YouTube. Connie Goodson says, "Not from Amazon."
Oh, right. I know. Listen, I only did it, Tony, because I didn't actually know where else to Google it from, and these was only $6.99, and I didn't really want to spend $14 on something I wasn't sure. But it's the last time, because I've already told you.
We're not supposed to be on Amazon, Mr.
No.
Goodson. I didn't know that.
Hey, don't worry. I bought a pack of water from Walmart today. It was just the closest one.
See,
Yeah, I gotta find an alternative.
I bought some
Yeah,
drawers.
but y'all know February 28th,
Is that tomorrow or the next day?
Friday.
Friday. No spending nowhere.
We got to come up with a better plan, y'all.
That's the first step. Baby steps now, okay?
Baby
We
steps.
got to crawl before we can walk.
The reason why I say that is because, all right, nobody's going to buy anything on Friday, right? You can't buy anything at all. Or they're going to buy it tomorrow or they're going to buy it Saturday.
Right.
So they're going to make up the money. Huh?
It's just, when I was a kid, my mom used to say, I'm not going to whoop you for what you did today, but I'm going to get you later. Well, just give me the day. Big Cat, what's happening? He said, "Hey, y'all, it's been a minute." Yes,
What's going on with the Big Cat?
hi, sweetheart.
We were asking about you the other day. Corey Rao Jackson, once again. Absolutely. I got you all. Thank you so much, Corey. Our second favorite, Deborah, is on.
What's going on, Deborah Colette? How you doing?
Sitting over your ass.
I'm creating controversy. Good evening, family, she
Start
said.
drama, I say.
And then I first said, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
We must stick together. If we want this to work, we got to start somewhere. All right,
That's
you know,
true.
yeah.
That's true. I didn't know I wasn't supposed to go on Amazon. No, I did not know that.
well, you know
So
what?
all my street people and stuff like that. Y'all tell the weed man, you can't. Hey,
Hey, if the weed man black, you can do it.
Oh my God.
Just make sure you get your receipt.
yeah, get your receipt.
Prove who you got it from. You know, we're gonna talk about last tonight. So, because last week we talked about first, but before we jump in, everybody's talking about this boycott thing. I think that's really a good conversation to actually start off with. So, the idea is on the 28th of February, which is Friday, we're not buying anything from anywhere whatsoever, right? Gas, food, nothing. That's supposed to be the plan, just to kind of send a message that we as the people have the power. So for that reason, I like it. But tell me how y'all feel about that. Is that the whole idea of it?
I'm just scared that what if Walmart slashed them prices all the way down, and then we got to resist it. You know, they got stuff marked down. Remember when they used to have real prices when they had a rollback sun face on everything? What if they slashed them prices down and we boycotting it? Everybody like, man, I got a new TV for $300.
You do it.
That's what you're waiting for? Walmart to slash their prices down.
I'm just saying, what if they do?
And they'll never slash it down for a TV anyway. You'll be bringing home a bunch of useless stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, yeah.
To go in that garage to try to give it away to other people.
True, yeah. I was saying, man, they had this travel size deodorant for 50 cents.
Nah.
It was normally Walmart's too smart for it. It was normally $1.
I think that is the point. I think it is to me personally, one, I'm trying to get better at standing on business by not supporting businesses that don't support how I said it was humans. So the fact that Amazon, that's why we're not supposed to support Amazon, because they roll back their DEI initiatives too, along with Walmart and Target and a few other ones. But also, like, if for those of us who want to get a part of this new administration and voice our differences on it, but we're not ready to be like our ancestors and actually go on the streets, hold arms, and get sprayed. This is one of those things where if we all, even like your 10 family members can do it, that's something that we can at least do in unity. And they're going to feel that at least a little bit. And if we can show that impact, the hope is maybe we can spread that even bigger. Like, y'all, if we really did this on the 28th, imagine what we can continue to do if we just keep this attitude. Like, if everybody understands the assignment, we circulate and we do it, we might really be able to change 2025, although it feels like 2025 is already 10 years behind us.
I agree. Let's go to the comments. Hey, another bit of controversy just jumped in, Yashika.
I saw that.
Look at the name.
I saw it.
Deborah McLeod. She says, "Hello, everyone. Hey, Deborah.
Hello, Deborah McLeod. How you doing?
Corey Route. You know, she's joking and she's serious at the same time. But this is a strong statement. We need to practice self-control. Hey, she's joking, but she's serious. Because I think if whatever we decide to do, we have to practice that real strong self-control with it. For example, if we decide, hey, listen, we have to spend a little bit more money in some of these mom and pop stores going forward so that we can get some of the things that we want. I think I talked about this last week. I posted a picture, I think on Rebrander's Facebook page, where all of these people were kind of slouched over, bent over. And on top of them, you had other people playing a game of chess on their backs. Quit smiling, Yashika. And the captain said, all you have to do is stand up and you can ruin the whole game. Right. So I think that we have to, and we can call the shots on the game, but we have to practice self-control because it's not going to happen in one day. Corey Route also says, she says, you know it. Yep. How bad do you actually want it?
And that's real. So remember when I think it was Louis Vuitton or Gucci had said some crazy stuff, something like we were boycotting, and then you had Floyd Mayweather said he ain't boycotting nothing. He liked Louis and Gucci, and then he went, and I think he spent like $500,000 on a shopping trip, and stuff like that. So I'm like, that one person came and he raced what 50 people was trying to do. So, that's one thing we say, self-control. I was saying it because she said self-control. It's like, how do we get through to people like that? Let them see the cause is bigger than just you. Like, we're trying to do something collectively.
To me, you can't. I'm sorry, Anthony, go ahead.
No. Go ahead. You go.
To me, you can't. I mean, you can do what you can, but you can lead a person to water, but you can't make them think. There's nothing that we can do. I got ready for it. There's nothing, a lot that you can't do to people that it's already grandfathered in. So it's like beating this wall. If I keep hitting the wall, which one you think gonna break first? It'll be my hand. It won't be this wall or brick wall. So why? Like, you can try, but I wouldn't try to beat that into a person like that. If that's what he chooses to do with his money, that's his business, right? But if us as a race was to stop buying it, that 500,000 will run out real fast, really, really fast. So
that 500,000 would have to support the world, America,
correct,
not just,
and it wouldn't be able to do that, especially at the rate that our people buy this stuff, right? So I think that you let those that do. But that he don't speak for us. You know what I mean? He don't speak for those that's not doing it. So I think we just have to just know that we're not doing it and don't worry about what everybody else is doing.
I think that's a very good point. I think let's go to the comments and then I'll make my comment. Absolutely true. Deborah McLeod says, Big Cat says, it really sounds good, but the country is really divided nowadays. You know what? The country is divided, but we should be one team. There's no I in team. So if Floyd Mayweather decides to go outside the box, hardly ever do you see one player that's so good that the rest of the team can be, horrible, but that one player is so good that he wins. So if Floyd Mayweather wants to go and do his thing, we as the people, the team, can actually, create a lot that Floyd Mayweather cannot even touch. Deborah McLeod says, self-control and on one accord. And Toria Wright, she says, yes, we need to boycott, but we need to instead go to the places that are supporting us. Costco not only said we support DEI, but are also going to pay our employees. So shop there Friday. That makes sense. There's a place you can go to. She also says, is that twice? Yeah. Okay, I think it's only twice.
That me with a good time in Toria.
Right.
Only one problem with Costco.
I'm there. Don't worry about it.
We all gonna use the same card. Sorry, go ahead.
I said they made me mad because they won't never listen to me at the door. I said, yeah, my wife got the card. We'll go get the card. Like, it's me, baby.
I was gonna say to Big Mac's comment where it sounds good but the country's divided. I think that's the beauty of it too, though. Yeah. That's not his name, y'all. Why y'all laughing?
Big Cat, but that's all right.
Oh, Big Mac, my bad. Listen, sir, I'm bad with names. Job, my bad. Yeah. You know what your name is. But to his point, the guy, he made the good point, is I think that's what the beauty of it, the beauty of kind of being in that moment is that the world is divided. So where do you stand on that? And nobody has to know but you. And I think and Anthony said that point to when we were talking about voting, like nobody has to know who you voted for but you. But now I think it's very hard, even for people that believe in the administration, it's very hard to ignore the ramifications that it's going to have on the people in general. Like, things are going to happen, y'all. And so if we can stand somewhere, let's stand.
What? Let's go to the comments. I absolutely love this. Is the best comment we've received. Maybe I get a raise tomorrow. Thoughts with yourself first. I absolutely agree with you on that one, Razor Period. One person, then another. Starting is the most important thing. And that's the way and that's the way you raise your family. That's the way you raise a whole good neighborhood. Start with your one family.
But at least start. Yeah. That's good.
For that reason, I'm on board. I got to buy everything tomorrow. I won't buy anything on Friday. Deborah Good said it is divided, but it seems to me it will be divided between the rich and the poor, not just the race. Division is not a horrible thing. Everybody's not meant to agree.
Right.
You know what division does? Is it allows the next group to be stronger, and it becomes stair step. Division is okay. Okay, that means we're trying to get to the same spot in different ways, perhaps. Now, once you start having division in a way where it's more, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, we're now just against each other, which is the place we've been these last 20 years or so. Now we have a problem because it's getting further and further away from, the left and the right apart from each other. So now I'm not even sure if we're looking for the same thing. And Toria Wright says, the country is not only divided, people have no morals. I know a lady who voted for Trump, but her husband is illegal. I do not understand how that works.
Well, and Toria, I do. She's been trying to find a way to get rid of him. That's how that is. She's like, you know what? She was in that booth like, I got something fixed.
Ice, baby.
It's about to be cold up in this house. All right, so the question that we have posed right here, of course, today we're talking lastly, Last week we talked about the first thing you've ever done. Tonight we're talking about the last thing that you've done. Last time you took a trip, etc., etc. We'll get to that in just a minute. But the question posed for right now is, do boycotts actually still work?
I definitely think they do. If they're conducted properly, I definitely think
Right.
yes.
Right.
I think they can work.
Hmm.
I don't know if they do work. I think they have the ability that they could work. But the problem is consistency.
Yeah.
You know, so I guess my question would be for everybody that's watching and everybody here is after February 28th, then what?
Then what?
There's
Yeah.
actually, I should have saved it. There's a similar string of boycotts. The next one's for another day. Then there's another one that's supposed to be for a week in April. There's like a few boycotts they got planned out, and this is just the first. I should have saved it. That's all I got for you. That's all I
Who's
see.
planning it? Do we know?
No, it's sharing the message, putting it on your
Okay.
social.
Is Al
That's how-
Sharpton really
Yeah.
the leader of this whole thing?
He probably
I
sitting
think-
back somewhere like, who's making up this stuff?
And Tori Wright
Sounds
said
interesting.
it can work if you have a plan for the after. And I think that's what we're saying too. I fully agree.
I agree.
And well,
I just don't know what the
I
plan
don't,
is.
I don't
I'm
know
saying.
if I can agree or not. Because let's just say if you if you boycotted something like a food truck, it could work. It could just put them out of business.
So you think the country is too big to boycott?
You own to something, brother.
I'm being
Anyway,
funny.
You
I'm
own to
being
something.
funny. You she can all the way picked it up.
I
I
did.
got it. Don't you worry about it. You know,
That's good.
I pick it up
That's
what you're
good.
putting down, and you own to
That's
something.
good.
That was real good.
And
You
before I
right.
explain, Kiki Washington,
Hey,
she said,
Kiki.
hello, everyone. There was a food truck here in Dallas that was boycotted, and the lady used to say, hello, everyone. That's good. I'm just... That try, what's up? He says, just stopping in while wasting my money on whatnot auctions. LOL, SSHS for life. Right on. Same here.
Yeah, shit too.
I feel like that would be cool.
And one more comment has come in. They could work, but people do what they do. Think of
Yeah,
daily
I
or
agree.
weekly routines. People tend to stay with what they are comfortable with. The reason
Man,
why I
that's
think
so
this is
true.
such an important question is because are we the same people that we were, 70 years ago? 70 years ago, black people in the South. Now, this boycott is not just for black people. Let me go ahead and throw that out there. But I'm going to talk about boycotting. Black people in the 1950s in Birmingham. They decided they were going to boycott a bus. They're going to walk to work. Some of these people walk 15, 20 miles each day, both directions to work. Of course, they had to get up early. They had to ride with other people, etc., etc. But they knew the cause, and the cause was bigger than any individual. So no one individual was driving or riding a bus every day like Floyd Mayweather would. You see what I'm saying? Because we understood the cause was bigger than the individual.
Right.
I wonder now, with everybody making much more money than they used to, although the price of eggs are so high, do people know what the cause is? And are we in one accord with the cause? And is the cause bigger than the individual? And I think with that ingredients, we may be able to do it.
And one other thing I would add to that is, do we care about the cause?
Right.
Do we care enough? Does it mean enough to us to really, really put things aside and do it? Because a lot of y'all getting paid on Friday.
Yeah.
You tell them you ain't spending no money on Friday?
I am.
Eight.
Friday.
Okay.
My check comes in early.
Oh, does
Well,
it?
I gotta pay Capital One, but that's it. I gotta spend that money.
Sell out.
Hey,
See?
sell out.
Hey,
Look
look,
how quick you sold out.
if I don't
Let's
pay,
go to collection.
if I don't pay Capital One, I'm gonna need that bus that they were boycotting.
All right, let's go to the comments. Deborah Good said, I went to another store the other day, bought a product that was $3 cheaper at the store that we have decided to boycott. How long can we do that? That's a great question. So you go to, say, Walmart. Walmart charge, say, $10 for a product. And you say, you know what, I'm going to boycott Walmart. But then you go to the next best thing, and it's $13. Now, you can do it as long as you only need that product every once in a while. But once you start buying groceries and you notice a 30% markup on everything, now that's going to really start hitting the pockets.
Right.
So how do you do that? I guess the question is there another way to boycott? Hitting the pockets is the best way, but is there another way?
That's so.
I think hitting the pockets is the best way. And I think to your question, how do we do that without impacting our livelihood too much? right? Because to your point, we do still have to function. People have bigger families now. So if it isn't, like, if we can't do the alternative store because at the end of the day, in 2 months, I'm bankrupt because I can't afford this toothpaste that's $12 and I got to brush my teeth. To your point, like, even walking, although that is an inconvenience, walking to work, at least you still get into your job and you get exercise. So it's like, yeah, we boycotting driving, but the plus side is I get in shape a little bit and I'm still going to work, so a check is still coming, I still got a house. Or even this, and this might be a little extreme, but kind of doable, like the banks that don't support DIs. How hard is it to just move your bank to another bank that does support our black, or it's a black bank?
We gotta do a sneak attack on the bank now. We can't let them know we coming. We gotta do a sneak attack.
That might be true, but like I think it's possible. I think we have to just be more, and it's like we got so much technology now. We all could probably just not do Facebook or not subscribe to something.
You know, I mean, you know, the crime rate, how far the crime rate would go up if they took a day off of Facebook, them folks would lose their mind.
Big time. Let's go to the comments. Chris Bell said, beliefs and morals are so different now. Today's world is about convenience. Absolutely it is. You learn to coupon or buy in bulk. Deborah McLeod says, I have already prepared not to spend any money. And Ontario Wright also says, we need to go back to the green book. I agree. I've been saying this. And that we know where we can and cannot go and plan accordingly. It is just time to budget. It's time to budget.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it.
That was one of the things I was gonna say, is that money talks. And so, yes, there's other ways we can boycott, but nothing talks like money, right? And so sometimes I agree, like buying in bulk and like just figuring it out, because there's no boycott that doesn't take sacrifice.
Right.
So you don't have to sacrifice. That's the part of boycotting. You know, we really want it, but we're not buying it. Because you think you talk to me like that, guess what? Not buying it. And I'll suffer a little bit because of it, but I'll be fine. You're the one that won't be fine. Yeah. So I think that we have to, you know, go to Costco.
And we have to get back to growing our own food and growing our own, like, even our own medicines. I've already started. I'm growing penicillin right now on a loaf of bread I have. You know, and we're going to cultivate that.
Oh, he's setting us up. He's setting us up for the end of the show, huh?
Oh yeah, it's
gonna be a doozy.
Not looking good right now. We
not right now.
But you know, I think we got to find out the foundation of something. Like we say boycott buying something from Walmart and all these non-DEI places, but maybe that's not the foundation. Maybe the banks are. Maybe we pull our money out of certain banks and put it up. I don't know if y'all know this. Banks don't need your money. They don't need you anymore. They got so much money, they just swimming in it. So if we take all of our money and place it in other places, I'm not saying dig holes in the ground, but places that really appreciate it. Maybe annuities, maybe banks that are not, I don't want to say with the government, we want them to be covered by the government. But if we figure out how to do this, and then those banks are going to have to eventually start paying us higher interest, more than 0.001% on our savings account again. And now we start pulling back that power. I guess the easiest way is to not spend at Walmart, but I also believe, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Reading these comments before you.
All right, said the way Ace isn't very serious. He's going to Walmart on Friday. Mute him.
I'm gonna be there when the doors open on Friday. I just need an orange juice.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna put everything on layaway. Bring Piggly Wiggly back to the stamp book. Oh yeah. 10.
We already got them coming in.
Deborah also says, Ace, I'm going to get my black dress ready.
They gonna do me in.
Dead on arrival.
All right, y'all. Look, we're supposed to have a completely different show. Black History Month, lastly, the last week of Black History Month. But I tell y'all what, we're going to talk a little bit more about that on the second half of the show. We don't have a game prepared, but I do want to show y'all something that's very interesting. Helen, I want you to give us the statistics on this after we see this video. Did y'all see that?
Made him do the bunny hop.
I have just imagine.
That's a pilot.
That's a pilot. That's a very aware pilot.
Mm-hmm.
We know it wasn't Denzel. He would have crashed.
Stop. Don't do Denzel, okay? He did his best.
Don't you dare do Denzel like
He did
that.
his best.
His character
on
on
with you?
flight. His character on flight was
Not during Black
Yo.
History Month.
Yo, now you going too far.
As a
You
matter of
went too
fact,
far, Ace.
As a
You need
matter
to
of fact, I'm
apologize.
drunk right now.
Clearly. That's clear.
This is gonna be your last show appearance. Okay, but the statistics say, according to the National Transportation Safety Board, there have been 94 plane accidents this year.
This year,
Share.
February.
Alone.
Wow.
Just in the
Wow.
months, just January and February total,
Wow.
there have been 90.
Y'all remember it used to be the safest way to travel. I don't know exactly what's going on, and we're just in February. It's still the safest way per capita, but my gosh, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's scary, but it's still the safest way because if we pull up the statistics for fatal car crashes this year, far more, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Well,
So,
listen,
Turner Wright says this is a topic my brother and I can talk about all the time. If you think about all the things our parents and grandparents did for us, paying a little bit more is nothing. Absolutely.
Come on,
Rachel
Jordan.
Perry. Here goes again the next best comment on the page. It says, change requires sacrifice. The end result may not be for you, but maybe your kids will benefit.
Now,
listen,
no.
I
listen.
just had that conversation.
And that's I think
Oh.
the craziest part is that we're going to be impacted, but it's the fact that there are kids about to grow up in an education system that is
That's right.
without education. Like, what?
Yeah.
We're about to have a group of real dummies, y'all.
Yeah.
Well, possibly.
What kind of world? What kind of world are we gonna leave our kids?
Yeah.
Oh, she talking about Denzel. I said something about Denzel.
Yeah, bro.
Watch it, Ace. Yeah, watch your mouth.
You better be cool now.
Watch your mouth.
Watch it,
Really
sucker.
cool. You on strike too? Friday and now
Sucker?
Denzel. You on the last
Oh,
That's
day.
how you
okay.
say that? I got a problem with that. Why did you say sucker?
Sucker.
Watch it, sucker.
I said mother sucker.
I said so. That's
You
Sanford
said
and Son.
sucker. But I thought it was sucker.
That's
It's
what I
not.
said. It's a sucker.
I heard
It's-
sucker.
No, you
Yeah.
heard it.
You forgot to jiving it up a little bit.
He didn't drive it up to me, and I don't like it.
I didn't say sucker. Let's roll that back because I don't put ER on nothing.
Well, make sure that's the clip for next week's intro.
It's always. All right, y'all. As we get ready to go to a quick break here in just a bit, our topic for the night, and I guess we've got about 15, 30 seconds each. Black History Month. And lastly, some of the last things that you've done. I think one of the greatest questions that Helen threw out there, and we can talk about this a whole lot more after the break. But last blank you're putting up with. What is the last blank you're putting up with? It's a deep question because you got to think. Is it a guy? Is it maybe drugs? Where you're on drugs and you say, I'm done finally, or alcohol? The last blank, and you're putting up with that. So y'all think about that. We're going to talk about it a little bit. Chris Bell says, Ace, don't bring the Pootie Tang into this.
Hey, Pootie
Time.
Pootie Tang, one of the best movies ever made.
All
All right,
right,
I'm trying. Okay, as we go to a break, I'm going to play a quick clip, and then we'll come back, and we're going to talk about the question I just posed. See y'all in about a minute and a half.
I come back and applied for the job. They had passed the civil rights bill. The white guy brought me to his plant. I guess was testing to see was I familiar with chemicals. And all of a sudden I started mixing the chemicals and getting it together. And then I took the chemicals from that and filled a fire extinguisher with CO2. The white guy told me, I don't hide color for this. Go out front, sweep the trash up out front. When you get through, take that mop, clean the toilet and mop the toilet out. I was so hurt. Whew. It hurt me down. Whew. It was rough. You tell me I went to serve my country. This is what I get? Not a job to take care of my family? That's what really pushed me to think my own business. And eventually, that's what I ended up with 3 businesses. That's what kept me going. And I'm glad I'm here today where I could relax. I'm pleased and happy today, but I never forgot and never will.
Want to bring that curb appeal back to your home or business? Let us help you. Call Ace Power Washer. at 469-337-4080 or email us at powerwashingace3@gmail.com. Whether it's sidewalks, driveways, house or building washing, we'll take care of it. Call or email today for your free quote. We'll see you soon.
Looking good. Almost done. And there. Done.
What have you done?
I painted the truth. I painted my truth.
Peter Griffin, the best.
Peter Griffin is the best. Second best. The best is Reggie Perry. And then Quagmire.
Then everybody else.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, y'all. So the question we put up there is the last thing that you're putting up with, the last blank that you're putting up with. Now, I want y'all to think about this question. I mean, maybe it's a growth question. Maybe you finally realize that you had more than what you need. But what is the last blank that you're putting up with?
That's a broad spectrum of questions here. I mean, I talked last week about stop drinking. So I guess the last being drunk, putting up with.
Well, Ace, not that you were ever an alcoholic. I'm not throwing that out there, but you did drink at some point, right? And then
I had a taste every now and then.
At one point, you decided, that's it. I'm not doing it anymore.
That's it.
How long ago was that? Tell us about that.
21. In July, it'll be 21 years. So it was that long ago, and it was just I think honestly, what happened, I was having a drink before I headed to work. See, if I had known I was gonna meet Yashika later on in my life, I never would have stopped because I need alcohol.
Helen, tell us about this question.
Yeah, it really just I think for me, I came up with I might have shared on here. My ex taught me a lot about myself, and so there's things that I realized in that relationship, like, sir, can't nobody else play in my face this hard like I allowed you to do. And so I think in life, there's a lot of moments where we get to a point where we realize enough is enough for any situation, and you feel it. Like, and you were speaking to this, like you feel it. You know that the end is the end. And so, just like when you finally leave somebody that you've been knowing that you should leave, and you finally get to that point and you feel it, like, yeah, no, I'm real good. Like, dang, okay, that was the last time for real. Good job.
Let's go to the comments. That is good, Ace. I really thought you were drunk on here. So that is really just you. Just kidding, that's all. No,
say that.
I used to work for Enterprise Rent-A-Car, Yashika.
Did you?
Okay. We got to use that damn button on it. And I worked there for about 8 years, and I hated that job. I probably should have been there about 2 or 3. And I didn't grow. I didn't make money. I didn't see anybody who looked anything like me above the level that I was at. Ace, he was there. Yeah, there you go. And once I got to the point to realize that I was just in a dying situation, the last 2 years was horrible. But what's the definition of change is the question. At some point, I had enough, and so eventually I started applying for jobs harder and doing whatever I need to do to get out. But that was the last thing I remember putting up with. It's like I could not live a life of this, and it was scary. Going back to this boycott situation. If you boycott anything, like you're real fearful of what the future is going to look like. Like that's the reason why we're boycotting. Because if even on the simplest level, if in fact, what's his name, Tommy Hilfiger said the N-word on Oprah, which we all know to not be true. But if we continue to buy from Tommy Hilfiger, then it's going to be okay that anybody say the N-word anywhere, any place. So what we have to do is send out the message. And I know that was not true, so y'all don't send us emails that didn't actually happen. But at some point, we have to boycott and send forth the message that I can't allow this to go on. There will be consequences. And the hardest part about it is when it's in your own life, and you don't have any way of making a change. So for me, it was I got to do whatever it takes. If I got to go back to school, if I have to do whatever. Anyway, that was the last thing I put. It was drastic measure. Comments, and I come to you, Yashika. Allowing people to say whatever they want and expect you to like it. I won't put up with that. David Gappo, what's up, David? He said, what difference between drinking and smoking?
Drinking is way worse. Way worse.
I don't know. Allowing anyone to take away my self-worth.
All right now, Corey.
He also worked 3 of the 8 hours. That's true.
You up.
Yashika, last thing you putting up with?
Last thing I'm putting up with is kind of what Corey said is how people treat me, right? I've gotten to the point where I'm not trying to be a people pleaser. However you feel about me is how you feel. I am who I am. I know who I am. And so, you have to teach people how to treat you because they don't know. And so it's very important. I always come off really outspoken and stuff. Not really. I know my place, but I'm just a lot of times like Anthony, I know you hear me say I don't care. When I say I don't care, it doesn't mean I truly don't care. It's that I can't control how you feel about me anyway. So whatever you feel is how you feel. I no longer care about how you feel about me. So I've just learned the last thing I'm gonna put up with, like with Miss Corey, is how people treat me. You teach people how to treat you, or you're gonna be a puppet for life.
Amen, sis. Amen. Look here, Yashika, don't care. LOL. Big cat. What up, Vinny? He says, "What's up, everyone? Late getting on."
What's up now? Yeah, you don't want to wind up having a ventriloquist controlling you.
Yeah.
And I think there's something very powerful about knowing when your last is, because everybody's last is different. It's like everybody's last, right? Everyone has a different thing, but it's just a boundary. It's just a boundary. And I think to me, it always feels like you get over a hump. As soon as you get over, you're like, oh, dang, okay, like it wasn't even that bad. We just had to
get over it. And you may not even have your last yet. It may be our last right now. It's not even our true last yet. Right. Because we may have a last that's greater than our last.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay, my drop. Listen, that's the one.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
For real.
All right, y'all. So check this out. This is a little off subject what we're talking about today. But the Philadelphia Eagles are not going to the White House.
Hey, it's a form of boycott.
Only time I'll cheer for the Eagles.
Oh, come on, baby.
That's trauma. That's trauma, y'all. I'm working for it.
That's a form of boycott. How y'all feel about that?
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a form of boycott. They are speaking. How much are they respected? I don't know, but they spoke and they're being heard. I don't think Donald Trump cares enough to even hear from them, but they are speaking to the rest of the country and they're being heard. Comment, Vinny Sims says, Ace, what's up, brother?
What up, Vince?
You think they taking a knee is their form of taking a knee?
It is.
Yeah, I think they're like boycotting the way they can,
And I think the icing on the cake is the fact that Trump wanted KC to win and Eagles smoked them out. And they still don't want to come and rub their W in their face. They're going to take their W and mind their business with their black wives and their black houses.
Oh, boy.
I can't wait to hear Trump respond because he petty.
They're horrible. Always been horrible.
Yeah.
Right.
Horrible.
Terrible. Love or hate him, that dude is entertainment. Pure entertainment. You can't do nothing but laugh. That dude funny.
No, he not. He's funny looking. That's all he'll get from me.
Funny looking. You wrong for that. Oh,
I think it's the number one sport, the number one team. When you add all those things up, and they're showing some kind of solidarity. I think it's bigger than the team. I think it's about the president or the owner of the team. The owner of the team is allowing this to happen. I'm sure he's a white guy.
That's what I was finna say. That's what I was finna say. It's bigger than the race thing because he's white.
So it's not always. It's even them boycotting him does not necessarily mean it's a racial thing. It could mean I don't like the way you're running things. Think about it. People are getting fired in Oklahoma. People are getting fired in all these different cities. I'm boycotting the way. I'm not. Maybe not even boycotting Donald Trump. I may be boycotting Elon Musk. I may be boycotting something that you don't. Nevertheless, I don't like the way that it's run. And we're holding some kind of solidarity as a team and quite frankly, as a city at this point to send the message. Let's go to the comments.
I know that's right, David.
Mm-hmm.
David said, I'm going to let Ace read this one.
I can't. My allergies messing up. I can't.
Yeah, we all get it. And Tori Wright, he was entertaining until Musk. Now it's scary.
Hey,
that's the most.
We were talking about that before the show at Tori. We were talking about that. That's a true statement. Tori was ha. Now it's like, whoa, hey man, you see that? Like, you see that?
We got something for you on that here in just a minute. Just wait till after this comment, Tori. Chris Bell says, my ex-fiance used to talk to me in a condescending way and say stuff when she would turn her back and under her breath. I started dating a lady that never did that and was great. But one night she did what my ex did, brought back too many memories. I was out the next day.
Ooh,
absolutely.
Last time.
That's called some self-discipline.
Absolutely. All right, we're going to show y'all a quick video real quick. We'll talk about this. And know this, we didn't mean for this to turn into a political conversation, but sometimes it just does
It's
that.
just good convo.
Oh, hold on. I got to do something else.
Sometimes
Sorry.
Look at the yellow screen, everybody.
Hey, Elon, let the cabinet speak just for a second. Anybody unhappy with Elon? If you are, we'll throw them out of here. Is anybody unhappy? They have a lot of respect for Elon. And
That to me is probably the scariest thing that I've seen.
They clapping for their jobs. Everybody happy to Elon? Okay.
I'm surprised he didn't get a standing ovation.
I have a mortgage.
Now, the backstory of that is a room full of elected officials and then Elon Musk. So, anyway, hey, my son, Deborah Collette.
Girl, who's your son?
That was okay.
I in the comments somewhere.
That's Big Cat's mama.
You can adopt me. I'm it might be me.
That's Big Cat's mama.
I always wanted a sister like you.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to handle it.
That's what
you barely handled me this way.
It ain't nothing but a little abuse and emotional trauma. It'll be all right.
Don't do like that. I'm a nice lady.
If Joe Biden can handle it, and I'm not sure if he did, Ace could probably handle it. All right, y'all, we got more questions. We're gonna make it a little bit more fun-loving here, just a little bit. We're gonna ask what was the last flight you went to, the last vacation you went to. Stay tuned. We're gonna do all those. Before we do, Chris Bell says, "I need you to email me what you did last week." Oh, that's a good one. All right, y'all, here we go.
I know I'm enjoying the trip and everything, but I am feeling a little homesick, honestly. So, how's my cat doing?
Oh, she died.
Why are you telling me like that?
Well, how was I supposed to tell you?
Well, I don't know. I mean, today you could have started by saying, well, she got out and was playing up on the roof. And then tomorrow you could have said that she fell off the roof and she's feeling sick. And then the next day you could have said that she had passed away. How's Grandma?
She's playing on the roof.
Mr. Owl, how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
Let's find out. 1, 2, 3.
How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? The world may never know.
in Springfield, they're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Is Maine here, the governor of Maine? Are you not going to comply with it?
I'm complying with state and federal law.
Well, we are the federal law. Well, you better do it. You better do it because you're not going to get any federal funding at all if you don't. Better comply because otherwise you're not getting any federal funding. Every state, good, I'll see you in court. I look forward to that. That should be a real easy one. I thought it was great because we have people that don't show up to work and nobody even knows if they work for the government. So by asking the question, tell us what you did this week, what he's doing is saying, are you actually working? And then if you don't answer, like you're sort of semi-fired or you're fired, because a lot of people are not answering because they don't even exist.
They paying people who don't exist. All right, y'all. So before we went to break, we said we're gonna talk a little bit about some of the last things we've done. Okay, now one of the last things that I've done, and I'm gonna throw this question out to y'all too. When was the last time y'all took a trip? With COVID and all that stuff, and Helen, I know you take a lot of trips. Somebody on this crew just got back from a trip. When was the last time y'all took a good trip, and to where?
Now, for those y'all in the comment, we're not talking about like LSD and stuff like that. No, we're talking about actually traveling.
He's on a roll. He's on a roll, y'all.
He said,
he prepping for AOA, so hopefully it should be good.
Yeah, we'll see. Am I going first?
Go first, please.
I'll go first. So, not this past weekend, but the weekend before, I took a trip. I went I'm from Kalamazoo, Michigan, and that's where I went home for. Why, you say? My brother turned 40 on the 20th, but so we did a surprise birthday party for him. He had absolutely no idea that I was coming, but that's not something I'd ever miss because he's one of the most important people in my life. And so I show up for him because that's what we do for people we love. And so I showed up with him with a t-shirt, not a t-shirt, it was a shirt, hat, socks. My mom had a purse, earrings with his face all over everything. And so he came into the room and everybody was like, surprise! But we hid in the back. So by the time he got to the back, when he turned around, he saw me. And this man is about 270 pounds, 6'3", melted in my arms. I was holding him up. And it was just such a experience. I'll never forget his face and how he looked at me with disbelief, almost like I was a ghost. Wow. And so I guess the moral of the story, even though it's a nice story, is that show up for the people you love. It's important. Yeah, they will remember it. You give people their flowers while they're still here, because we don't know, especially in the state of the country we're in right now. I think it's very important to give flowers. It was great. Mm-hmm. Snow like nobody's business. It blizzard snowed and it was so good.
Great story.
But the best part was that party. Yeah. Last
trip to the Bahamas for a week, but I just got in from Illinois yesterday. If that counts, yeah, it counts. We went on a cruise to the DR, the Dominican Republic, Turks and Caicos, and the Bahamas out of Orlando, taking a road trip in April because the way the planes are flipping and flopping, the way her life is set up, she ain't trying to.
Right.
No, that was an absolutely wonderful story. It was a high anticipation. Big Cat, I knew she was coming the whole time. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Helen.
My last trip, I went to Disney with my niece and nephew in January.
Aww.
It was really good. And actually, Antoria, I'm supposed to go on that same cruise, but out of Miami from California. I paid extra money for insurance and I'm about to cancel that baby. Who's going to get on a flight? Won't be me.
YOLO.
I know. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all. I'm going to tell you what I tell everybody else. I've never liked flying for real. God did not give me wings for a reason. I'd rather get in a collision in a car and it be instant than fall out of a dang gun plane for who knows how long until God takes me. No.
I know. You run out of breath while you hollering that story. Like,
crash me on the ground, Lord. I'll take that for 200, please. But don't crash me. I don't want it. But if I got it, I don't want to be in the air.
Ooh. Deborah Gunther says, we went to California 2023 for Anthony's movie. And it was wonderful. It was a great trip.
I bet that was a good trip.
Corey Ralph Jackson, I was supposed to go to the DR last week and canceled due to all the plane.
She got insurance too, Helen.
Listen, this could also low-key be a boycott till they fix whatever they got going on in the air.
There you go.
On in the air, you get my money. But
there you go. Last trip I took Thanksgiving ended up with a bang, jail, bail, and a lawyer. I hope that bang wasn't a gun. Chris might not be one of our.
I hope that bang wasn't a gun either.
I only lived once, but I'm not pushing it to the end too fast, Yashika. That's funny. That's funny. Corey Rouse said I was scared. Yeah, but I'm not a big flying person anyway. I don't like to fly that much. I'll do it because I'm not going to go to New York City by car. I'm going to go by plane only. Last trip I took, of course, was 2023, but it's kind of like a business type thing. for the documentary. But prior to that, I haven't taken a trip since 2019. I went to New York September 28th, my birthday. And here we are in 2025. So it's probably time to start doing something.
Mm-hmm. Do you
like
to take a trip?
We need to take a trip.
Yeah, we do.
We can do it.
And just don't threaten me.
Take this show on the road.
Let's go.
It was never shot.
Alan, I got on the plane. I got on the plane not too long ago.
I know, friend. And listen, hey man, I'm glad we got you. I'm glad we got you. Thank you so much, y'all.
Have to walk on first, look up
whatever will be, will be. What I'm a believer that is written. It's written for me, and I have faith. I'm a big believer. I know where I'm going. It's written for me. So,
amen.
Up and away.
You took me when you land, and just
everybody feel like that to their air pressure drop.
Yeah, buddy. David Galbo says, my life trip, Vegas, first time leaving the Sulphur Springs. Was that your first trip ever leaving Sulphur Springs, or the only trip you've ever taken, David? That's good. Big Cat says last flight was to Texas, to the biggest disappointment ever. He must have went to a football game. My last trip was to Kalamazoo, Michigan, Deborah Cliff.
Kalamazoo.
Y'all should have came with us. It was so much fun.
Oh, you're gonna get in trouble.
If he take a trip job before me, and I've been begging, it's gonna be a problem.
He already told us she was coming, girl. Don't even worry. You was coming. He surprised you.
Ain't gonna be able to talk about it on the show. Where y'all been? No, where we been around.
That's not what the Instagram said.
Right.
That's funny.
That's not what you posted on Instagram. When you supposed to be at work.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. People are watching. Rebrander's cruise, Dietrich says. David said everything.
That's real.
Come on, Dietrich. We're going on a cruise. Dietrich, he said it now. That means you signed yourself up, Dietrich, already. You signed up now. We going.
I forgot exactly how the saying goes, but it says if you don't have anything to do, take a trip. If you want something to talk about, take a trip, talk about the trip. And it's all about trips. Just make new memories by taking a trip.
It's important.
You can take a trip without having to get on an airplane. Life is not all about airplanes. Road trips too. Vinny said, but for me being a truck driver, I take a trip every week to different states.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, that count. Yeah.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you so much.
Yes, indeed. That's service for sure.
All right, y'all. We've been working up to this moment. I think we're gonna do it. It's been okay, so we're gonna try it out. Before we do it, let's go back to the comment. Y'all could do a Rebrander's cruise like the radio cruises they do.
Let's do it.
That will be fun.
We just can't get no old school artists. They fall off of balconies. So we can't handle that.
These are affordable.
He cracking jokes. He getting ready, y'all. But listen, I'll get the dates down. Don't even play with me. I'll start working on it.
Don't play with me, because I'll drive to Texas.
She said drive. She said drive fast.
Yeah,
I drive to Texas.
She had eliminated the airplane. All right, y'all, let's try that.
Hey, yo, hey. Got on the show next week.
I'm glad you asked. Next week we'll actually be talking to representatives from the Gay Potato Farmers of America. They'll actually be asking us for support to sign a petition to redefine the term sweet potato. Next week's show we'll be talking to white supremacists who have mixed nieces and nephews, and the name of the show will be "Will I Be a Monkey's Uncle?"
That was still funny.
I don't know what all the running was about. It didn't work out like I thought, but
run, Forrest! When I seen the legs.
And we and Rocky did a running scheme. I mean, Salon.
Oh boy,
Stallion.
I'm reading private chat. Somebody said, "Hey man, quit putting all my good stuff on there. We're trying to use it again." He had to change. He had to change what he was gonna say tonight.
Because you're right.
Can you recycle these jokes?
AOAs.
Hey, what's up, Sheik?
This is the last Wednesday in February, y'all. We are coming towards the end of Black History Month. You got to knock it out the park with this one. You've been trying all show, but who we got on the show next week?
It ain't Elon Musk, I can tell you that. Next week, we're still talking about diversity and everything. We're actually going to be talking to gay Muslims with white partners. And the name of the show will be Sticking It to the Man. That's it. You get it later on. You get it later on. Well, looking for y'all. It's my last time not caring about my self-worth. I know my worth, so it don't matter.
Well, as the audience know, y'all have to rate it. We didn't do so well, so let's see. Yashika,
whoever she is, I don't even know why she watching the show. We ain't worried about her.
You got a 4 from Tony with that one.
Really give you an emoji. Chris Bell said, "Where are you going to interview midgets at pole vault? Call me."
We definitely need to have them on the show, Chris, with the sound effects when they get up in the air too. Boing.
Y'all going down. Y'all going down.
No, when we jumped in the grocery store.
Chris came through and saved the day, and for that we say thank you.
Right, thank you very much. That was a solid 6.
Yeah, that's why your monkey's uncle right there.
Well, I've been a monkey's uncle for quite some time. Don't worry about it.
You know, Uncle Bubbles, huh? Hey, look here, y'all. We thank y'all so much for joining. This has been a really fun show, really good show. Be sure to join us all next month. The party don't stop. Next month is Black Unity Month on Rebranded. So we're going to have a lot of fun. I think it's our 3rd or 4th annual Black Unity Month. So yes, galore. It'll be nice. Until next week, thank y'all. Have a
Sometimes you got to go look at yourself and go, I'm ready to relinquish this.
I'm one of them people, hey, you got to give a man a day in court.
The underlining of all of it is authenticity, right?
She's making them money, so they gonna put the camera on her because she's paid.
I think the prize is the other person. We have not integrated in the United States. Start buying some of the things that we have to offer. Then we will see a difference in how we act as Black people.